Hi there, Daddy Longlegs here with another of these Hayden Duet tutorials. It struck me the other day that the diagrams that I'd done for the isomorphic layout of this instrument were kind of up the wrong way a bit, so I revised that. So if we look at this right hand side of this troubadour, and we've got middle C here, and then underneath that we've got D and then E, and then we've got F sharp, and then on this one we've got G sharp. So I thought I'd do the diagrams this way round. So if you look here, here's the strap represented on this diagram by this thick grey block, and we have C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. Can't hear that very well because I can't play and hold the piece of paper. But basically, the way the diagram is drawn now is the way you look down on your instrument. So I'm looking down here on C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, F, G, A, B, C sharp and D sharp here. And the third row, B flat or A sharp, C, D, E, F sharp or G flat, G sharp or A flat here, and this front row here, F, G and A. So you get the point, it's up the same way as the instrument. And if I show you the left hand side now, so we've got the strap here, here it is, we've got C, D, E and F sharp, see here, and we've got F, G, A, B and C sharp, F, G, A, B and C sharp. You get the idea, so it's up the same way. So hopefully that will be a bit clearer to you if you're trying to find your way around the instrument. And I've revised all the diagrams for all the intervals, and I've also added in the minor seconds because they weren't on the original diagrams. I realised the other day that they conform to a pattern as well, so I'm going to deal with that next. So we're looking at this picture of the right hand minor second intervals, and you can see lots and lots of these arrows. I've put arrow heads on both ends so you can see that you can go either way. I'm talking about minor second intervals, which are a semitone apart. So we have E to F, F to F sharp, F sharp to G, and on this instrument we have G to A flat, and we have A flat or G sharp to A. So in those first two rows you can see it's the same shape. So what is the shape? So if I'm on the note E, which is the third button down, row 1, I come to row 2 and count up 1, 2, 3 buttons. That is a semitone. So I come down one more button on row 1 to the note F sharp, come over to row 2, come up 1, 2, 3, and there's F. On this one I can go down one more to G sharp, go to row 2, count up 3 buttons, and there is A or A. So there's A flat there, and there's A there. Next row, count up 3. So when we have that amount of buttons to work with, we can do that everywhere on the instrument. So let's go to, say B, this note here, and there's B flat there, or A sharp. So here we're on the note B, which is button 4, row 2. Go to row 3, come up 3 buttons, and we have the note C, so B to C. We've also got B down to B flat there. That's an extra button on that row. And then we can go C to C sharp there. And on this instrument we can go C sharp to D, and we can go D to D sharp, or E flat to E, okay, which is good, isn't it? We can go E to F, F to F sharp, we can go F sharp to G, and we can go G to G sharp or A flat. So on this particular instrument, this troubadour, we've got these 3 extra notes on the right hand side. We've got G sharp or A flat, D sharp or E flat, and the G sharp or A flat, which is an octave higher than this one. So we've got those extra notes. Just so you know, on the left hand side we lose a note. Here there's no A, instead this is the air button. But like I say, I'll talk about that when I do the proper review. So you can see from this that the semitones, the minor seconds, are laid out in this pattern just like all the other intervals I spoke about in my last video. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? And I've redone all of these diagrams showing the instrument the way up that you look at it, which I think makes a lot more sense. A couple of videos ago I showed you how to play Drunken Sailor, both hands, and of course this isomorphic business comes into play with a tune like this, because if I just play the tune in D minor the way I showed you in the tutorial, this note here is D, so you don't start on the tonic, the root note, you actually start on A, which is the fifth, you go down to the tonic and up to the minor third. So you've got this kind of triangle, this kind of inverted triangle. I'll just play the tune through here as it is. So that's in D Dorian, or it's kind of D minor if you like. So if I move everything down by one button and start not here but here and come down to this note here, which of course is E, I'm now playing it in E Dorian. If I stick to that all the way through, move everything down one. So exactly the same pattern, exactly the same shape if you like, just move down a button a piece. So I've changed that from D Dorian or D minor to E Dorian or E minor. So I could do that again, I'd come down one more. So I'm going to start on C sharp, come back to this F sharp, so I'm now in F sharp Dorian, so I've moved it up another tone. So I've gone from D to E to F sharp. Same pattern. And I've changed the key again. I'm playing exactly the same shape, just a button lower than I was. So in this way you can see, using these movable shapes, I've managed to change key but play exactly the same pattern. So it's really, really easy, isn't it, to do just that, to change from D Dorian to E Dorian to F sharp Dorian. And of course the left hand, so this is the pattern for D Dorian. So for E Dorian, you move it all up. Now for F sharp Dorian, on this particular instrument you haven't got the low G sharp, so you know, if you wanted to play the bass as well you'd be out of luck there, or you can maybe play it somewhere else, just so you know that. So that's rows 1, 2 and 3. We can move it to rows 2, 3 and 4 on the right hand side again. So we could play in G Dorian. So if I start here on button 3, row 3, on the note D, come down to G here, button 2, row 2, and then go to this note here, which is B flat. I'm now playing the same tune, same pattern, but in G Dorian, and I just use the same pattern of buttons. Watch. So same tune, different key, same pattern of buttons. That was G Dorian. So we can move it to A Dorian, just move all of that down one button. We can start on E and play, come back to the A, that's our tonic, that's our key, A Dorian. Same pattern, just move down one. Now if you moved it down one more on this instrument, you would have a missing top B note. If you have an instrument that's got more buttons, of course you can keep doing that until you run out of buttons. I'll show you what happens if I start here. And where I'm putting my finger there, there's a missing B note, so I couldn't do it in B Dorian. It's still pretty good, isn't it? With that same pattern, I managed to play the tune in 5 different keys, 5 different modes. So this, I think, really shows the beauty of this isomorphic layout. Same tune, different keys, same pattern and buttons. I'm sure you get the idea. So thank you very much for watching. The next video will probably be me reviewing this instrument in full, showing you all the way around it. And in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and you'll see me in that video.